You know, they used to call it the American dream, and now it's more like the American nap. Everyone's asleep, the lights are on, the screens are glowing, but nobody's home. People are scrolling, not thinking, working, not living, consuming, not questioning. They've been lulled into comfort, hypnotized by advertisements and sedated by convenience. And the dream? Well, it's been repossessed by the same people who sold it to you in the first place. Once upon a time, the American dream meant freedom. A house, a family, a job you could be proud of, and the chance to make something of yourself. Now it means 40 years of debt, a box to live in, and a streaming subscription to forget how miserable you are. They tell you to follow your dreams, but first you have to finance them. With interest. The real joke is that the dream isn't dead. It's just been outsourced. Corporations took it offshore, politicians sold it for votes, and the media put it on sale during the Super Bowl. The dreamers, they're too tired to notice. They're working double shifts, stuck in traffic, and arguing online about which billionaire loves them more. You can't dream when you can't sleep. And you can't sleep when you're worried about rent. People used to believe in progress. Now they believe in payment plans. They think freedom means choosing between 87 brands of bottled water or upgrading to a phone that spies on them a little faster. They think democracy happens once every 4 years, when they choose which millionaire will ignore them next. And all the while, they're told to be grateful. Grateful for what? A system that promises equality and delivers exhaustion? The American dream was supposed to be a race, but they forgot to mention it's on a treadmill. You run, and you end up exactly where you started, only more tired. The dream has become a nap. Short, restless, and interrupted by notifications reminding you to keep buying, keep working, and above all, keep sleeping through it all. Wake up, folks. The dream's not coming back until you do. The American dream was once a powerful idea, a promise that if you worked hard, stayed honest, and pushed forward, you could achieve something better for yourself and your family. It was hope in motion, a shared belief that effort would lead to reward. But somewhere along the way, that dream got hijacked. It didn't disappear overnight. It was quietly bought, sold, and repackaged by the very institutions that claim to protect it. What used to be a symbol of freedom has turned into a marketing slogan, and now the dream is just another product on the shelf with a price tag attached. In the past, people believed the dream was about owning your destiny. Today, it's about owning things you don't need, bought with money you don't have to impress people who don't care. The modern version of the dream is no longer a liberty and justice for all. It's a credit and convenience for everyone. You're not free if your freedom is financed. You're not living the dream if you're paying interest on it every month. The dream has become an installment plan, a lifelong subscription you can never cancel. Everywhere you look, you're told to chase it. Turn on the TV and every commercial whispers that this is the life you deserve. A car ad tells you success is horsepower and leather seats. A housing developer tells you happiness is found in a gated community. A bank tells you your future begins with their loan. The whole system runs on one message. You are incomplete until you buy what they're selling. The American dream has become the American transaction. Corporations are the new dream weavers. They design your desires, then rent them back to you. They tell you that fulfillment comes in the form of possessions. The new phone, the next upgrade, the bigger house, the better job title. They've turned ambition into addiction. People aren't pursuing happiness anymore. They're chasing appearance. They've confused comfort for success and consumerism for purpose. And the worst part, they believe it's all their choice. They think they're dreaming, but they're really just shopping. The irony is that the system that promises equal opportunity was never equal to begin with. The dream was always easier to reach for some and impossible for others. The ladder of success looks solid, but it's missing half its rung. Still, people are told if you fail, it's your fault. That's the beauty of the illusion. The dream protects the system by blaming the dreamer. It keeps people quiet, ashamed, and working harder for less. Politicians keep the fantasy alive because it's good business. Every election season, they promise to restore the dream as if it's a lost family heirloom. But they don't want to restore it. They want to rent it out to you at high interest. They use the language of hope to disguise the machinery of profit. Every speech about opportunity is just another commercial for the same broken system. Meanwhile, people are drowning in debt, overworked and underslept, believing they're one promotion or one purchase away from happiness. The dream they're chasing doesn't exist anymore, but they keep running, because stopping would mean facing the truth. The truth that the dream isn't theirs. It's owned by the ones who advertise it. The American dream is no longer a vision. It's inventory. It's something you're sold piece by piece until you mistake ownership for identity. It's a brilliant con, really. The system doesn't have to take your freedom. It just convinces you to trade it willingly for comfort, for convenience, for the illusion of progress. You don't need change to keep people in line when you can keep them busy, distracted, and buying. The dream hasn't died, it's been franchised. You don't wake up in America anymore. You clock in, and by the time you realize it, the nap is over and the dream has already been sold to someone else. The system people live in today doesn't need to lock anyone up to keep them silent. It just needs to keep them entertained, exhausted, and distracted. From the moment they wake up, they're surrounded by noise, notifications, and advertisements. Every message has one purpose: to keep them from thinking too much, questioning too deeply, or noticing how much control they've lost. The world runs on a loop of distraction. Social media, endless news cycles, celebrity drama, and political outrage designed to keep everyone arguing while the real decisions happen somewhere else. People are too tired to care and too numb to notice. It's not oppression by force anymore. It's manipulation by comfort. The modern system thrives when people are asleep with their eyes open. It doesn't want awareness. It wants participation. It wants you to scroll, to spend, to watch, and to vote, but never to think. Schools teach compliance, not curiosity. Jobs demand productivity, not creativity. Media rewards outrage, not understanding. It's all engineered to keep your mind busy and your soul quiet. And it works because people mistake activity for awareness. They think being online is the same as being awake, but it's just another dream, a digital one, controlled by algorithms that know you better than you know yourself. When people do start to feel uneasy, when they sense something's wrong, the system has a fix ready. Buy something, stream something, eat something, escape. There's always a distraction for discomfort. Feeling powerless? Here's a new app that lets you express yourself. Feeling angry? Argue online with strangers about things neither of you can change. Feeling lost? Take a selfie and pretend you're found. Every emotion is monetized, every impulse redirected. It's not a conspiracy. It's just good business. The longer people stay distracted, the safer the system remains. The real danger isn't that people are being lied to. It's that they don't want the truth anymore. They prefer comfort over clarity, illusion over insight. Thinking too hard hurts and questioning too much feels lonely. It's easier to join the crowd and believe the script, so people keep playing their roles. The worker, the consumer, the voter, while calling it freedom. They don't realize they're acting in a play written by those who profit from their performance. And just like that, the dream becomes a nap. The system doesn't fear rebellion. It fears awareness. Rebellion is loud, messy, and easy to control. Awareness is quiet and dangerous because it changes how people see everything. When you wake up, the illusion falls apart. You start to see how the media shapes your thoughts, how politics divides your focus, how entertainment numbs your instincts. You start to see that distraction isn't harmless, it's strategic. It's the reason the powerful stay powerful and the rest stay busy. The world doesn't need your consent to control you, it just needs your attention. It just needs. And if you keep giving it away, you'll keep sleeping through your own life, dreaming someone else's dream while yours fades quietly in the background. Real freedom doesn't come from flags, slogans, or elections. It begins in the mind. The ability to think for yourself, to question what you're told, and to see through the illusions built to keep you comfortable. Most people mistake choice for freedom, but choices without awareness are just different flavors of the same control. You can pick your job, your brand, your politician, and still be trapped in the same system that designed all three. True freedom is not about having options. It's about understanding who created them and why. Awareness is the one thing the system can't sell you. Because once you have it, you stop buying what they're offering. The hardest part about waking up is realizing how deep the sleep really is. People defend the very system that exploits them because they've been trained to. From childhood, they're told to obey, to fit in, to compete, and to consume. Success is measured not by happiness or peace, but by possessions and status. Awareness threatens that structure. It reminds people that they've been trading their time, their energy, and their potential for things that don't matter. And no system wants citizens who can see that clearly. It wants customers and followers, not thinkers. Awareness begins with small acts of rebellion, turning off the noise, questioning authority, and refusing to accept something just because it's popular. It's not about being angry at the world, it's about understanding it. Once you start asking real questions, who profits from my work? Who benefits from my distraction? Who gains from my silence? You start to break the spell. Awareness is like light. Once it enters the room, you can't unsee the mess. That's why society teaches comfort, not consciousness. Comfort keeps people passive. Awareness makes them unpredictable. Real freedom means taking responsibility for your own mind. It's easy to blame politicians, corporations, or technology, but all of them rely on one thing: your participation. They can't control what you don't give them. The moment you stop believing that happiness is something to be purchased, spell weakens. The moment you stop equating patriotism with obedience, the illusion cracks. Freedom isn't about escaping the system completely. It's about seeing it clearly enough to stop confusing it with reality. Awareness doesn't make life easier. It makes it real. You see the hypocrisy, the manipulation, the fear tactics, and you learn to laugh at them instead of falling for them. That's why comedians like Carlin mattered. They held up a mirror and showed people the joke was on them. But awareness also gives you back your power. It lets you choose what to value, what to believe, and what to ignore. It teaches you that freedom isn't handed down by governments or granted by wealth. It's created in the space between truth and illusion. And once you find that space, once you wake up to it, the dream can never own you again. You again, that the American dream isn't dead. It's just been drugged, dressed up, and sold back to the people who once believed in it. What used to be a promise of freedom has become a performance, a carefully managed illusion designed to keep everyone buying, working, and sleeping through the truth. The system doesn't need bars to cage people anymore. It only needs comfort to keep them quiet. But the moment someone opens their eyes, truly opens them, the spell breaks. Awareness is the alarm clock that the powerful can't silence. George Carlin's message cuts through the noise like a wake-up call wrapped in laughter. Stop mistaking survival for success. Stop confusing comfort with happiness. And stop calling this treadmill a dream. Real freedom begins when people start to question, when they stop letting others define what progress means, and when they remember that thinking for yourself is the most rebellious act of all. The dream can't return until the dreamers wake up. And maybe, just maybe, it's time to stop napping and start living.